The Pittsburgh Steelers. I think it's about time that we as NFL fans actually give them their props. What do I mean? It's time to write an email. Cole Sports presents on the Daily. Well, thank you for joining me wherever you are. Thank you for joining me on this Friday. Cole Johnson's right here, live in living color. On the Daily is on tap, presented by Cole Sports. And join more than the 100 VIP subscribers to this channel and be amongst the number that is making this channel grow. Because after all, VIP, I do this for you. I do this for you. Subscribe if you want to be the most enlightened person in the room, whether it's your family, your church, your office, or the watering hole. This is Friday, right? And you know how I get down on Friday. We're not going to change up. We're going to get down again the same. And we're going to talk about the Pittsburgh Steelers. We're going to talk about why, we don't really talk about them. And I think it's time to change that. Don't you? Email NFL fan. CC the Shield. Subject of email. Take the Steelers for real. Body of email. The time to overlook the Pittsburgh Steelers is over. The time to discredit them is also over. Now, I'm not saying that they're the best team that I've ever seen. No, I'm not saying that. But what I am saying is we seem to be saying, yeah, but a lot when it comes to the Steelers. And I somewhat understand it. I mean, I'll look at it this way. They had a close call in Baltimore, but they won that game 28-24. They had a close call in Nashville, but they beat the Titans 27-24. They had a close call in Dallas. Arlington, but they beat the Cowboys 24-19. So I get that. They even had a close call with the Broncos at home, and they beat them 26-21. They beat the Texans at home 28-21. I get it. There has been few, wow, this team is absolutely devastating performances and far between them. Like how they handled the Browns at home, like they handled the Bengals at home, like they handled the Jaguars in Jacksonville. I get it. But 11-1 is 11-1, and you have to give them their props. I mean, look at how this team is constructed. Their defense, to me, is what makes my jaw drop. When I first saw them, and they were in the Meadowlands playing the Giants, and they limited Saquon Barkley to 6 yards on, I think it was 13, 14, or 15 carries. I was spellbound, almost like I am now. It was like every time I saw Barkley carry a rock, as soon as he took about 3 or 4 steps from where he was set and he had the ball in his hand, there was about 5 white jerseys with black helmets ready to tackle him. The speed and the athleticism of the Steelers defense makes me happy. And I'm not a defensive guy. I mean, I grew up playing on offense. I was a right guard. So I know all about the offensive line stuff. But the thing that you know about offensive lines is you study opposing defensive lines. And you study how they get down. And any team that is good in stopping the run I won't say great because I've seen teams better than the Steelers stop the run, but teams that are good in stopping the run, they have a space eater. Hello, Casey Heyward. And he is an unsung hero of that Steelers defensive, well, side of the ball in general, but defensive line in particular. He takes up two linemen, takes up two offensive linemen, and he allows all those other athletic beasts that are behind him and beside him to take down the quarterback or the ball carrier. It is an awesome sight. And when you see a guy who in a 3-4 set could just eat up space with two guys, just take two linemen and you are out the equation with that. And it just leaves the others who are penetrating at least within a 5-yard radius. That's an impressive thing. And that makes your defense even more potent when you can have that space eater take all the work from so many other people. And then you have Minkah Fitzpatrick, who this guy, I don't want to say that he's like a Troy Polamalu. He's not like that. To me, he's a throwback. He looks like one of those safeties that played like a Ronnie Lott. You know, a safety that just loves physicality, just is drawn to physicality, and he plays like a linebacker. And to me, those types of safeties are scary. It's scary if a safety is athletic, and it's scary if a safety can scour the field. But what's even scarier is a safety that is willing to knock your block off. That's Fitzpatrick for you. And he's not too shabby in coverage either. And then you have the linebacking core led by Dupree, who is up there. He's in the top 10 in sacks, and he's probably, to me, their best tackler. And TJ Watt, who to me is he's their energy. He's the Steelers' energy. And he's also in the top 10 in sacks. In fact, he's close to the league lead with sacks. The whole team has over 40. So just on defense alone, they're impressive. And the offense, it's impressive, but it's impressive almost in spite of, and I hate to say it that way. I mean, Ben Roethlisberger, of course, he's been in the league since 2004. He's been it all and he's seen it all. I mean, 3 Super Bowl trips, 2 championships. I mean, the dude knows what he's doing behind center. You have JuJu Smith-Schuster, who was coming into the season as the unquestioned number 1 receiver on the team. And then you have Chase Claypool, the rookie wide receiver that looks like he's going to end up becoming the number 1 wideout, probably by season's end. And then you have the safe, I guess you could say the guy who is the safety net for Roethlisberger and James Washington. He basically runs those routes across the middle, and he gets those 50-50 balls, although he's diminutive in size. But Roethlisberger has probably the most trust in him when he's throwing the ball, because he could throw the ball anywhere around him, and he has faith that Washington will come down with the ball. Where I can understand the pause, and I have the same thing, where I can understand the pause is running back. James Conner is okay. He's not great shakes, but he's okay. And the running game is when he's in, it is non-existent. And I can't even say bad. It is non-existent when Conner's not in. So you have, to me, a dilemma coming into January. There's no question this team is going to be in the playoffs. The only question for them is, what seed are they going to be? Number 1, number 2, or number 5? And the only reason why I say that is, well, I mean, they are 11-1 as of this recording. The Browns are 9-3, and they still do play one another. In fact, they end the season in Cleveland. Some stranger things have happened. I mean, heck, I know of a team in I think it was the Jets. They were 10-1. 10-1 in 1986, I believe. And they lost their way into the playoffs. They got there, but they finished the season 10-6. I'm not saying that the Steelers will do that, but I'm saying it could be the Steelers can easily be 11-5 as they could be 15-1 is what I'm saying. Bottom line is this. Yes, the Steelers are flawed, but name me a team in the NFL that has no flaws. The silence would be deafening because all 32 teams have a flaw somewhere. For the Steelers, it just so happens to be their running attack. But for a team that has a flaw like the Steelers does, that team has been 11-1 down through 3/4 of the season. And if they can win more than 90% of their games, then it stands to reason that I think we have to say this team is worth considering to be a Super Bowl contender. Yes, I know you have the Saints. Yes, I know you have the Packers. Yes, I know you have the Chiefs. I understand that. But we've talked about the Saints. We've talked about the Packers. We've talked about the Chiefs. We really haven't talked about the Steelers. And what is really the most upsetting part about this is the head coach of the team, Mike Tomlin, is probably having, in my estimation, the best coaching season of his career, followed now to me by his second best, which was last year. And people are not talking about this is a coach of the year candidate. Because in my estimation, dealing with injury, both on the offensive line and now on the defense, and also dealing with not having a true identity on offense, Tomlin has gotten his team ready to play every single week, including the loss to the Washington football team, because that wasn't his fault. His team didn't execute down the stretch. That's on the players. Tomlin has put that team in position to win every single Sunday. And he has done so without a true bye, with games being moved around, more than one of them. And they just have the next game up, just like the next man up mentality. It's time to give this team their props because they've done things such as win 3 straight road games. They've not had a bye or true bye. They've had games moved. And they have a coach who might be having the best season of his coaching career. Give the Steelers their props, please. Cole Johnson, Cole Sports with a Z.com. Now, if you want this shirt that you see right before your very eyes, the description box below has all the deets as to how to get it, how to style it, and where to get it. And if you think, well, wait a minute, the Steelers, they may win the AFC North, but they don't stand a chance come January. Or you're right, Cole, we need to consider them a Super Bowl candidate. Either way, like this video and share throughout your social media. Comment below because I love to hear what you have to say, VIP. Your comment is gold to me. Don't forget, hit that notification bell and subscribe to this channel for any and all content that emanates from here. Well, this has been another wonderful week. I thank you, VIP. You are fantastic. And I do this for you. I do this for you, the more than 100 subscribers of this channel. Thank you for rocking with me and rocking to this channel. That's all the time I have. Thank you so much. I'm Cole Johnson, and this has been yet another installment of Cole Sports on the visual and on the daily. Have a wonderful weekend.